afternoon, everybody. I'm over Swansboro, and most of the fighting is going on in Stumpy Creek right now, but the airplanes have not been able to get up most of today due to the smoke. But as we look down here at this controlled burn area, I know we've been getting a lot of calls for it today. You mentioned that. They built a bulldozer line around here to keep this fire from jumping towards Swansboro. So as you're looking down here at the Slab Creek, today they let us in here at 7,000 feet, and strangely enough, we are, as you can see, getting pretty clear skies here. It wasn't quite the story all the way up. Very smoky on the way up. As we climbed up, as a matter of fact, we went through 2 layers of smoke, the one that's hanging over Sacramento, and then the one that's right here, kind of from all of these fires that are burning up in here. Dave Allen in Live Copter 3.
All right, thanks so much. And for the very latest information on the fight against those flames, we have CAL FIRE spokesman Daniel Berlant for us on the phone. Daniel, any updates for us right now?
Yeah, well, tonight we've continued to make good progress on the fire. As Galton talked about, we did a lot of firing operations where we put fire on the ground in a controlled environment to try to burn out some of that fuel in anticipation for the possible winds fanning the actual wildfire, and that helps create a buffer between the communities, Camino, the other residents in that area. So a lot of good work being done, but this is still a lot more work ahead of us.
Talk about the conditions the crews are facing today. What kind of challenges are you seeing, or has it been a little better?
Well, we continue to see warm temperatures. The last couple of days, it was a little cooler. We saw a little bit more moisture in the air, higher humidity. That absolutely helped us out. The next couple of days, though, we're going to see those winds increase. That potentially could drive up the fire activity. Now, by midweek, later in the week, we may see some precipitation, so there's some good news in the future for us, but right now we've got over 5,500 firefighters battling this fire. We're not out of the woods. There's a lot of work to be done, but today, definitely good progress being made.
Daniel, as you're expecting the winds to kick up, will you be bringing any more personnel in, or do you feel like you have what you need right now?
We have a lot of resources on this fire, a lot of aircraft on standby, a lot of firefighters on the ground, so we're definitely taking a stand against this fire. Last week, it burned at such an explosive rate and put so many homes at threat that we needed these firefighters right now. But right now, we're feeling confident that we're going to get the upper hand, and we will continue to battle this blaze.
All right, Daniel Berlant with CAL FIRE. The King Fire now at 18% containment. Of course, we all hope that number continues to grow quickly.
The fire has grown so much that firefighters have actually set up 2 command centers to manage it. The first post is in Placerville at the El Dorado County Fairgrounds to hold the southern containment lines. The newer one was set up on Saturday. That one is in Forest Hill in Placer County. That post allows firefighters to stay closer to the north end of the fire. Crews say having 2 posts helps them better deploy their workforce. For a closer look at the weather conditions the firefighters are dealing with today, let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Mark Finan.
Yeah, Daniel Berlant was mentioning this just a minute ago. Today, so far, the winds have been generally light. As you saw with the pictures from Dave Allen, the smoke just kind of gently drifting up. And here are the winds right now in Placerville and Pollock Pines. Just a light westerly wind beginning to stir some of that smoke and send it a little bit farther up the hill than what we saw earlier today. Tonight, that'll probably change again when we get one of those east-southeast winds again. So once again, areas along the west slope will probably wake up to more smoke again tomorrow morning. But it's tomorrow during the day that wind will change. And not only change direction, more southwesterly, but it will increase in speed. So that will help to do 2 things. One, it'll help to clear some of the smoke out of the west slope. But it remains to be seen just how much that's going to impact the fire lines, as we will see those winds increase through tomorrow afternoon and into the day Wednesday. Now, because of all that, there is a red flag warning up not just for the area around the fire, but all of the west slope for Tuesday and Wednesday for increasing winds. There may be some gusts up over 30, especially above 6,000 feet, and low humidity that'll go along with that. So even though things have been a little bit better with lower temperatures and higher humidity the last few days, that will be changing starting tomorrow. Back to you.
All right, we know you'll be watching that for us. Even if you live miles away from the fire, there's the smoke. One effect of the King Fire that really no one can escape, and yet while some schools in Placer County were closed today, others stayed open.
KCRA 3 Shawarkina Shams is live for us in Colfax. So why is that happening?
So, Edie, what you can see right now through our camera, people here are not just seeing, they are smelling it and breathing it, and in some cases they have been for days. School was canceled today, but not everywhere. Colfax High School and Elementary School shrouded in smoke and deserted. Here in Forest Hill, in Meadow Vista, and in Weimar, officials closed schools where pervasive smoke irritated throats and worsened allergy symptoms. Yet, in spite of the smoke in Auburn, this was a school day at Rock Creek Elementary for kindergartners like little Kenneth.
They are keeping them indoors, and that was the first thing I did when I went to the office today when I brought them to schools, to make sure that, because if they weren't going to do that, I would have had to pull them out for the day.
Dr. Robert Oldham is Placer County's public health officer and recommended today's school closures.
We also look at kind of the 24-hour exposure, so the body is exposed to fine particulate matter both in the near term but also over the course of the day.
Oldham and school officials decided in the middle of the night which schools to close this morning.
Up until late last night, Auburn was completely clear, so the children, especially the sensitive groups, didn't have the same exposure as some of the communities like Forest Hill and Colfax, where it was smoky all day yesterday.
Particulate matter in Colfax measured 145 today, considered unhealthy. In Auburn, it was better at 110. Still in the red zone and still unhealthy. With smoke expected to linger, Dr. Oldham and school leaders will decide overnight which schools to close tomorrow. Children, though, aren't the only ones dealing with the effects of smoke.
In the morning when I get up, it's like I'm walking right into like L.A., you know, with the steam or the heat and all that.
And back out here live as we take another look at the smoke, I can tell you late today, the Placer County Office of Education told me there are no set plans yet to close schools tomorrow. Obviously, that could change depending on how the smoke travels, so students won't know until tomorrow morning. Live here in Colfax tonight, I'm Charlotte Shams, KCRA 3 News.
Yeah, it looks pretty heavy where you are there, Sharo. Thanks for that. Well, I want to give you this, another look from Live Copter 3 right now, and you can see that smoke near the Slab Creek Reservoir. And this, again, is where they're doing some controlled burns. And for more on this area, seeing the worst air quality today, let's check in again with Mark Finan.
Well, I'll tell you, things really begin to shift as you go through the day. All it takes is a subtle change in wind direction, and the thick smoke can move from one place to the next. Let me show you one of these high-resolution images we get from NASA. This picture was taken at around 11:30 this morning. Lake Tahoe, relatively clear. Let me zoom in on where the fire is actually burning. You've heard that it's burning on two fronts. Here's the area that Dave Allen has been showing us down around Slab Creek. Pollock Pines will be right around here. And then, of course, the smoke originating from the northern end of that fire as well. But during the night, we also had that east wind, and you can see how the smoke goes across Auburn and then down into the valley floor. That's Folsom Lake, so this is Sacramento County, and it also continues to the north all the way up into Butte County. That's Lake Oroville right there, so you can see many communities affected by this smoke. Let me show you the latest we have on the air quality, where it's worst right now. This area highlighted in purple, this is what Sharakina was talking about, areas like Colfax. But I'll tell you, it was even worse this morning around Auburn, so this is beginning to shift up the hill. And that's what we'll continue to see tomorrow. The smoke might be bad in your area in the morning and improve in the afternoon, or it might be just the other way around. Back to you.
All right, Mark, thanks. Well, let's check back again with Live Copter 3 pilot Dave Allen.
The smoke was so thick on Friday that Dave actually had to land. So how does it compare today? It looks like some better visibility for you.
Comparatively, this is the tropics. I could not hardly see the ground on Friday, and it pushed us back essentially over downtown. Today, I can see for over 10 miles in pretty much every direction except into the fire itself. The smoke quality burning our eyes and kind of almost coughing on it on Friday. Today, a lot easier to breathe as we watch the sky cranes dip and fight the fire over in the Stumpy Meadows area. I just climbed up to about 8,000 feet, and we kind of found that smoke layer again, that second layer that I had been talking about earlier.
Still, even the color of the pictures looks better. Everything looks sort of yellow, brownish that you were showing us on Friday. And great to see the progress, and we're watching the air attack as you're seeing it right now. So, Dave, thank you for the live update and the aerial perspective. Those smoky skies actually forced organizers to call off yesterday's second annual Ironman triathlon at Lake Tahoe. And the coordinators canceled it just a few minutes before the first athletes were expecting to take off. As you can imagine, that decision left thousands of competitors very disappointed. Today, we learned that Ironman officials are allowing the athletes to register for races this year or next year at a reduced rate. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll talk to Ironman officials about how they decided to cancel the race and why they waited until the last minute.
Well, there will be 2 community meetings tonight for neighbors who want more information about their homes. Both are at 7 o'clock, one in Garden Valley. That'll be at the Golden Sierra High School located at 5105 Garden Valley Road. The other meeting will be at the Camino Seventh-day Adventist Church. That's at 3520 Carson Road. Make sure and stay with KCRA3. We'll have continuing coverage of the King Fire. We are constantly putting new information on containment numbers and the progress being made on our website, kcra.com. Also, you can find it on our KCRA3 mobile app, and you can sign up for our breaking news alerts so you'll be the first to know about any new developments.
Tonight in Siskiyou County, the U.S. Forest Service is warning about the potential for more mudslides at Mount Shasta. Authorities say a melting glacier created a mudslide on the southeast side of the mountain Saturday afternoon. You can see that big mess there. You can see the slide was actually so powerful it sent some of those boulders downstream. Crews are working to clear the mud and reopen the area to the public.
We obviously have to clear the material off the bridge here, but we also have to figure out how to unplug the channel, which has become completely choked with debris upstream, and reroute the creek from the north side of the bridge, where it's flowing right now, back into the crossing.
Officials think this is related to the drought. They think that the glacier was exposed to the sun's heat, and that's what caused it to melt.
Well, coming up next, the new threats from the terrorist group ISIS that has the U.S. on high alert.
Also, how did he sneak into the most secure building in the country? What we're learning about the man accused of jumping a White House fence and the weapons he allegedly had stashed in his car.
Plus, an M&M recall to tell you about why the popular chocolate treat is being pulled off store shelves.
And coming up tonight at 6, making the state capitol look a little bit more like the nation's capital, where a cherry tree grove will go to mimic one of D.C.'s most famous events.
Four, 3, 2, 1. ISIS is issuing a round threat.
ISIS issuing a new round of threats in just released audio tapes, and the message has the U.S. and other countries on alert. The new tapes call on all Muslims to kill innocent civilians in countries that belong to the anti-ISIS coalition. Meanwhile, efforts to build an international coalition against the group continue this weekend at the United Nations, where President Obama will press leaders of other nations to help stop the flow of foreign fighters.
These are individuals who've been trained, these are individuals who have access to military equipment, and these are individuals who've indicated a willingness to die for their cause.
And tomorrow, the UN Security Council expected to pass a resolution requiring nations to prosecute citizens who travel abroad to join ISIS.
We're learning new details tonight about the man accused of jumping a White House fence armed with a folding knife. Omar Gonzalez was arraigned today on charges of unlawfully entering a restricted area while carrying a dangerous weapon. Today, we learned the 42-year-old had more than 800 rounds of ammo, 2 hatchets, and a machete in his car. Gonzalez is an Iraq War veteran who retired 2 years ago because of a disability. His family says he suffers from PTSD. Officials are now looking into why White House security didn't use their canine units.
You certainly cannot allow an intruder to make it that far. If you have to kill the individual, then you kill the individual.
Meanwhile, the Secret Service is adding more security around the White House.
Well, for the first time, student loan debt is higher than credit card debt, leaving today's graduates starting off their career in the red. It's part of a KCRA3 news special we're calling Chasing Paper, the College Debt Crisis. It is a time of endings.
While we cannot give you all the answers, we've provided you the tools to meet these challenges.
And new beginnings.
I'm happy with psychology, but I want to go into social work.
But as bright-eyed freshmen start moving into their dorms,
kind of nervous a little bit.
Their generation is saddled with more debt than any before.
I try not to think about it. I want to just focus on school.
Tonight, a KCRA3 news special, Chasing Paper, the College Debt Crisis, from increasing tuition.
And as you know, we froze tuition 3 years in a row. I don't know that we'll keep that up indefinitely.
Student debt.
It's higher than credit card debt. It's second only to mortgage debt.
And where the money goes.
There is an attempt to participate in a sort of competition for prestige.
To places you may never have considered for your education.
I actually didn't regret it because I saved a lot of money.
What you need to know about college costs.
And there's an arrogance within those institutions of higher learning that they can just do whatever they want and it will get funded.
Student loan debt.
When I'm finished here, I'll be with a $25,000 loan debt.
$1.2 trillion in debt. That's trillion with a T. It's astronomical.
And the system, some say, is in desperate need of repair.
We're on the brink. We're really at a critical point in our nation's history of the affordability of college.
A lot for parents and students to consider tonight. Our one-hour special, Chasing Paper, the College Debt Crisis, airs tonight at 7 right here on KCRA3. And we're also taking your questions with the help from experts from the California Student Aid Commission all day tomorrow from 6 in the morning till 7 p.m. You can call in with questions about Cal Grants, the new middle class scholarship, and all of your college student aid questions all day tomorrow.
A labeling issue is forcing a recall of some M&M's products. Mars Chocolate is recalling the 3.4-ounce M&M's brand milk chocolate theater boxes. The issue is that peanut butter is not listed as an ingredient. You probably know people with allergies could have serious or life-threatening allergic reactions if they eat peanut butter. Retailers are pulling those recalled boxes from store shelves, so if you bought a box, you're asked to return it for a full refund.
Well, turning to First Alert weather right now, and here's a live look at Fairfield from our live cam network, and you can see we always check to see if the flags are flapping out in that area. They are, so what does that mean for everyone else? Let's check in with Mark Feine.
Now, a little bit of a breeze out there, and as that breeze has shifted today, it's beginning to move the smoke around a little bit. So let's take this full. This is Live Copter 3 again, showing the burn operation that's currently going on in El Dorado County. And you can see a definite movement to that smoke. So the air quality to the west, so that would be toward Placerville and toward El Dorado Hills, is much better than what you're going to find to the east, let's say from, well, Pollock Pines and all the way toward Kybers and then Tahoe. Tahoe earlier was clearer, and now that smoke is moving back into the Tahoe Basin. All it takes is a little shift in the wind, and one area clears out and another area gets the smoke. Temperature-wise, well, we're a little bit warmer than what we saw over the weekend. Right now we have 87 degrees, but that's pretty typical for this time of year. Wind out of the southwest at 5. Currently in Stockton, we have sunshine, 89 degrees, with a breeze here out of the northwest at 8. Currently in Modesto, we have sunshine and 87 degrees with a little breeze out of the north. Fairfield, where you just saw the breeze from our Skycam, winds out of the southwest at 18, the temperature down to 81. And at Tahoe, earlier we had sunshine, now we have smoke. 74 degrees with a wind out of the southwest at 8 miles an hour. Above the smoke deck, it is mainly clear. Let me show you what's going on from above. A few high clouds beginning to drift in, but back here, there's a weather system that is going to bring us a chance of rain and a real noticeable change in the weather later this week. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll see sunshine, a few clouds. It will be breezier on the west slope. So I think that areas that have been smoked in today, like in Placer County, might get clearer by tomorrow afternoon. During the day on Wednesday, here comes that weather system. During the day Wednesday, it'll hang up from Siskiyou County through Mendocino County. But then during the day on Thursday, it begins to shift in, bringing us some showers to the valley and the foothills and the Sierra. Not a ton of rain, but it will be cooler during the day, and we'll most likely see some showers. Best chance will be, for the most part, Sacramento County to the north in the morning. So tomorrow we'll see a couple of clouds in the afternoon. Again, variable smoke depending on how that wind changes direction, but the winds will be increasing during the day. Pollock Pines will see a high near 80. The foothills will most likely start with smoke and then clear out. Same areas that have been impacted by it. So Sonora, no smoke, but Grass Valley, Colfax, Auburn, and Placerville most likely will be smoky in the morning. San Francisco will see sunshine, just a few clouds and 72, while Fairfield goes to 86. For the valley, sunshine, a few high clouds with highs in the mid to upper 80s. Pretty similar to what we have seen today. And around the Sacramento area, we'll also warm into the range of the mid to upper 80s after dropping down to the upper 50s tonight. So it will be a mostly sunny day, a few high clouds here and there. Midday temperatures will be in the upper 70s. On Wednesday, a few more clouds. A little bit of rain on Thursday morning mostly. 76 degrees for a high. We'll stay on the cooler side Friday, but then warm up again and clear out as we head into the weekend. Back to you.
Like seeing that rain in there.
Yeah, finally.
Well, the KCRA3 family is expanding. We want to introduce the latest addition to our news team.
Yeah, Rob Malcolm is our new 10 p.m. anchor, and we just wanted to say welcome to you, Malcolm. You come from CTV all the way from Toronto, Canada, so you're a long way from home.
Yeah, that's right. I had to swim across the border, you know, and this introduction coming in after Mark Finan, that's kind of like stepping in after the Beatles. But I tell you, a great team. I met you guys a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, and you made me feel like family, and it has been great. It's just been really wonderful. And again, I do have some friends and family here in the Santa Clara County. That's where, as you know, that I went to school. I went to Gavilan College in that area. Also went to a college at Cal State Hayward. They went and changed the name on me now, but Cal State Northern, I think it is now. But again, so it is, in a way, I'm from Toronto, but I am, in a way, coming back home, so it's really nice to be here. And, of course, we're going to have plenty of good reasons to be watching at 10 with the expanded 10 o'clock newscast. So a lot of work ahead, but I'm really excited about being here.
Well, it's good to have you as part of the group here. We know it's going to be great for you and for us.
Fantastic.
Rob, thank you. And as Rob just said, KCRA3 News at 10 on My 58 is expanding to a full hour. That starts tonight. Rob, you start anchoring next Monday, right?
That's right. Next Monday, you guys have put me in the hot seat, and I can't wait for it. That's going to be, we're going to have some great stories, some great content for that hour.
Yeah, we're excited too. This gives us a chance to share more great stories with our viewers. So we hope you can join us tonight at 10 on My 58. We'll be right back.
We have breaking news to bring you out of Stockton right now. We have learned that police say a teen has been shot near a skate park. Police say a 16-year-old was shot in the parking lot of Anderson Park. That's on El Dorado Street and Benjamin Holt Drive. It happened about 4 o'clock. Right now, there are no suspect descriptions, and the teen is said to be in critical condition. KCRA 3 has a crew rolling to the scene right now. We'll have an update as soon as information becomes available. We'll have that coming up at 6. First, though, a mountain lion spotted in Turlock.
Yeah, the 90-pound animal seen roaming near a school. Coming up tonight at 6, we talk with a man who shot this video. You can see the mountain lion jumping over a fence there and running right through a residential neighborhood. Why Fish and Game is not actively trying to catch that cat. Melinda Mesa will have the full story coming up tonight at 6.
And want to remind you, coming up after our 6 o'clock newscast right here on KCRA 3, if you have questions about college, you need to watch our special Chasing Paper, The College Debt Crisis. We will tell you why students graduate with so much debt and how to avoid that debt crisis.
We want to take you back up to the King Fire burning right now in El Dorado County, mostly we should say in El Dorado County. And again, we're looking at the fire putting up so much smoke. A lot of these are now controlled burns trying to create fire breaks. We'll have much more coming up tonight on our news at 6.
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Mic check 1, 2, 3. This is Golston Dart, chapter.
The King Fire continues to rage in El Dorado and Placer counties tonight. What's being done to get the flames under control?
The Ironman Triathlon in Tahoe canceled at the last second. We're going to talk live with one of the organizers about why they had to wait so long.
And the precautions being taken at some Stanislaus County schools after a mountain lion was spotted in Turlock. Thanks for being with us on this Monday night. I'm Kelly DeMarco.
I'm Golston Dart. Those stories plus the plan to bring a cherry grove to Sacramento.
KCRA 3 News at 6 starts right now.
It has now been 10 days since the King Fire broke out in El Dorado County, and the fire continues to rage on.
Here's a look at the fire by the numbers. So far, the King Fire has burned nearly 88,000 acres. It is now 18% contained. We know at least 10 homes have been lost and another 12,000 remain threatened.
We have team coverage tonight on the story. Chief Meteorologist Mark Finan tracking the weather conditions for us. KCRA 3's Sharikina Shams looking at how the fire is affecting air quality.
Let's start with KCRA 3's David Bienick and what fire crews are doing to fight the flames tonight. David?
Kelly, good evening. We're coming to you live from along Wentworth Springs Road. This is one of the roads that firefighters are using to get into the heart of the burn zone, but the road only gets you so far. From there, they have to continue on foot. With chainsaws, pickaxes, and back-breaking muscle power, this crew from Redding is cutting a line through thick manzanita brush near Stumpy Meadows Reservoir. What hurts most on your body?
Everything. Everything.
9 days after the King Fire started, and 5 days after its lightning-fast run through this area, crews have been taking advantage of relatively light winds to try to get ahead of the flames.
This is one of the better days.
In terms of weather conditions, you mean? Or
Yep.
You feel like you're making progress?
Yeah, on this side we do.
On the other hand, the lighter winds caused the smoke to settle, making it almost impossible to see, and so impossible for firefighting planes and helicopters to take to the air.
Yeah, when the inversion sets in, they cannot see anything, they can't operate, and it's not safe to fly in that, so.
So this is when the ground crews take over?
Yes.
Here, the line in the sand is not very sandy. It's full of rocks like this, 6 inches across.
And like when you pound on them rocks like that, it jolts like all your arms, your shoulders.
Firefighters know eventually their luck will run out, the wind will come back, so while the King Fire is on the ropes, they keep swinging.
Well, it's the most rewarding job you could have in terms of physical abilities.
And back now live, you can see some of the smoke above. It has started to disperse. It is lifting. The winds have started to pick up a little bit. So those helicopters have once again been lifting water out of Stumpy Meadows Reservoir and taking it directly to the front lines. Live in Quintet, David Beanick, KCRA 3 News.
Boy, just thinking about that hard work, digging through the rocks and the clay there. All right, David, thanks for that.